What we've got here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
When things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Your assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good afternoon everybody. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Welcome back to VP4TV. The question to ask is where the hell's Tam? I don't see him for the Tactical Geniuses. He's got about a minute to go to get here. Now, he was told earlier on in the week he was going to be in the team. I messaged my team on Monday, and hopefully hasn't forgotten, or hopefully something hasn't cropped up, but I'll need to check my emails. Hang on just in case. 2 seconds. Right, I've got nothing. Tam has arrived. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. Welcome to Spud Boy. I noticed that Keith has been administered to the Filipino team, and that's good. Keith's certainly a very good addition to their team. We're here for week 11 in the Winter 9-Ball League. And the teams today, the Tactical Geniuses, we've got Matt, we've got Larry and Tam in the team. And for the Gamblers, we have Chimpy, Brainfullout and Preacher in their team. And for the 9-Ball Shots, we've got Bobby Barris, Bankster and Vertical Liquid. Quick mention about Bankster. There was no Friday night 9-Ball live stream last night, again because it was poorly attended. Barely half the field, so I decided I wasn't wasting my time doing that. But the interesting thing is, it was the second week in a row that semi-pro spat the dummy and threw the toys out the pram. I noticed last night that Bankster took him out to the one-loss side, I think, or something like that, and then he never played his one-loss side match. He did a runner. And then the bottom team, we've got the Filipino team where you've got Houdini, Spud Boy, and Keith. He's in LS3 still there, but it doesn't look as if she's going to get a game. So anyway, that's the situation with the teams. Good evening or good afternoon to Chimpy. Other reminder is, don't forget, I've already put my clocks forward, that way I can't forget. All of my clocks are forward apart from the car out in the. It'll get done tomorrow morning, and the phone will get done automatically. My watch will get done automatically. So we're going to British summertime tomorrow. The rooms should be going up, as a matter of fact. In fact, they are up. British summertime, so we will be going an hour forward, or you're effectively losing an hour's sleep tonight. But the simple remedy for that is to just go to your bed an hour earlier, and it makes no bloody difference. I don't know why people say you lose an hour's sleep. You don't lose an hour's sleep. The clock goes forward an hour. You just go to your bed earlier. What else was I going to say? This is week 11. We'll go and have a look around the rooms in a minute, but we need to have a quick catch up in where we stand here. That's not what I'm looking at. Event summary, that's what I want to look at. We can see obviously the two teams that are going to be in the playoff. I think there's no doubt about that. Fair play to 9-Ball Shots and Team Philippines, because they've still got $V to play for, regardless of the fact that they won't make the. I know it started. I'm still busy. I've got things to say. I can barely read the chat, remember, on a white background. Now I've lost my train of thought. We've got the gamblers who have lost 2 in a row, and the only differences, rack differences and match win differences. We've got the bottom 2 teams are on 2 and 8 in terms of wins and losses, so they can battle it out between themselves, and the Tactical Geniuses can battle it out with the gamblers. But they're going to be in the playoffs. Now, on that schedule, this is week 11. We've then got week 12, and did I get that right? Is it week 10? It doesn't matter. Then, of course, you've got 2 more weeks, and then the final playoff with the top 2 teams. That's how that's going to go. So now let's go to the live matches. And if we start from the top, we've got Matt for the Tactical Geniuses up against Bobby Barris. Again, Bobby Barris getting 5 and out. Anything's going to happen in that match. Larry and Bankster haven't started. Now, what the hell's happened there? Is Bankster not showing up? Where's Bankster? Yeah, Larry's in the room, but I don't see Bankster. No, he's definitely not here. Well, not at the moment. He isn't. So that's one match that isn't underway. Now the other one that isn't underway is Houdini and Preacher. Now is Houdini not turned up again? Houdini with a dodgy connection. Now did I see him? Now well, Houdini's there. Preacher's there as well, so he's turned up. So they're all underway. So the one match that's outstanding is the one with Larry and Bankster. So Bankster needs to get a move on, or that's going to time out. Quick look, Tam's already 1-0 up against Vertical Liquid. And the bottom draw, we've got now, incidentally, with that Bankster match, Bankster is getting the 8 ball if he shows up. The Tam Vertical Liquid match, Vertical Liquid's getting a 7 ball if he can get to that. So Tam's off to a good start. Houdini and Preacher, that's a scratch match. We've got Spudboy who's getting the 8 ball against Brain Pullout, and Keith and Chimpy is a scratch match as well. So let's go from the top to the bottom. Tam has arrived. He's off and running. So this is the dangerous tie for Matt, simply because Matt could be 6-0 up, and Bobby Barris suddenly gets a break of the ball, and the next thing you know, he breaks and pots 4 money balls in the break. Who posted odds in the chat? Good afternoon to Cobra. I never noticed Cobra there either. I never posted any odds in it. I've not posted any links or odds to anything in the lobby. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, to be honest with you. You've obviously got to keep me confused with somebody else. So, I've been playing that, what do you call it again? I think I played the previous version. I was playing that, what's it called? Horizon Forbidden West. And I can't bloody understand it. I can't understand it at all. I can't understand the weapon system. It seems too bloody complicated. Someone posted a big thing of odds. Well, that more than likely would be LS3. That would be LS3 that would do that. You know what, in the bootmakers or something. Right, so Matt's off and running for the Tactical Geniuses. We've got that match with Larry and Bankster still at 0-0. we've got Tam, who is 1-0 in front, so let's go into that one. Yeah, I never posted anything. Good afternoon to Bedhead. Right, so to cut a long story short, my car was off the road. It had to get some repairs because basically the starter motor packed up, and I had to get towed home from work. And I knew that it was going to need tyres doing. It was definitely going to be needing tyres to get done. And I had intended to go and get the tyres done when I was off during the World Snooker Championships, because I've got a week off my work then, and that was all in the plan. I was going to go get it checked to see what tyres it needed. I knew it needed tyres doing, because they told me that at the last MOT, that your tyres are getting towards that limit. So I said, right, I'll get that done. But anyway, with the starter motor packing in, obviously the car had to go to the workshop. So we get towed home, down to the workshop. I was 3 days without the car because the two garages I use were both fully booked. And they don't drop tools and do things in emergency nowadays. You just have to wait your turn. So the car gets looked at, and as they're doing the tyres, the next thing that cropped up was the front driver's side wheel bearing was dodgy. It needed doing, and to cut a long story short, the car got fixed. But when the guy phoned me from the garage to say, "Oh, the car's fixed. Oh, by the way," he says, "Have you got the code for the radio?" Now, obviously, in modern cars, as it is, that whenever the battery is disconnected or the power goes down in the car in such a way, then whenever you power the car back up with the battery get connected, your radio needs a code to be activated, obviously. And of course, I've not got a code. I checked all the manual and all the documentation. There was no code to be found. So the radio's out of commission. It needs a 4-digit code. The guy at the garage says, "Well, we've looked and we haven't got one." And then he says, "Oh, by the way, why is your airbag light lit up?" I said the airbag light was never lit up in the car. This is a Nissan. It's a little Nissan Juke I've got. So the car came back all fixed, but the airbag light's flashing, and I can't use the radio. And and I thought, well, what's the next best thing to help you in situations like that? Straight onto YouTube. There's a guy telling you about how to fix the airbag light in Nissan cars. You have to go into the car, switch the ignition key to the on position, but don't switch it till it kicks in the engine. You just switch it so the power comes on, so you get your lights on and whatever. It says you'll see the battery light comes on and it flashes slowly. So to cut long story short on that, you do that 3 times, then you have to leave it for like 30 seconds. And then you finally switch the car on. And voila, the battery light problem is fixed. So that took care of that. And then, of course, if you just Google radio codes for a Nissan car, there's loads of places where you can get the codes for them, but what you need to get is the serial code for the radio, and then the other code that displays on the sat-nav display in the Nissan car. And you can buy them on eBay for $5. So that's what I did. And within the space of 15 minutes, the airbag light is fixed and the radio is working in the car. That's the brilliance of YouTube. That it's just amazing the stuff that you can learn. So I learned all that in the space of 5 minutes, and within 15 minutes everything was fixed. Well, meanwhile, Tam has just missed a sitter and gifted a ball to tie the match up at 2 apiece here. That's a poor miss here by Tam. Right, we need further updates here. So, just going back on the match for Larry and Bankster, having got themselves underway, Larry's now 2-0 up. So, the Tactical Geniuses are up in 2 matches, tied in 1. Down into the second set of matches, if we can get in. And of course, the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships has started. I've simply not been around to get any matches at any particular time because none of them suit me. Tommy was playing the other night, and I think I'm not sure how good Quagmire is at 9-Ball. I've never really seen him play, but Tommy got taken out by Quagmire in his first match. So Tommy's gone to the one last side early on. I don't know whether there's been any other matches played. I haven't really caught up with it. So, Houdini at the table. This match has no handicap. Now, this might actually take quite a while to resolve itself, this match as well. And we've got Spudboy and Brain Pullout. Brain Pullout's 2-0 up. Let's see who can get in jinx Brain Pullout for Spudboy. Well, Spudboy's already in a bit of a hole here. Hook behind the 4. Now, if I was Spudboy, I wouldn't be slamming at this 2-ball. I'd be hitting this to hit it half ball like that. I mean, okay, he's not left anything easy, and he's going to be in trouble again in a minute or 2. Because what he doesn't want to do is you don't want to break up that 3-ball until there's the right time to do it. Well, Brain Pullout's knocked to 2 in, and at least he can see the 3, so he can duck for cover. Right, he had to get right over. Spudboy can use that 6-ball as a stopper and get this cue ball away. Well, I ran 3 racks, now watching golden breaks. Alright, that's exactly what can happen, Matt. That's a good bank. Dead weight bank. Very well played. Now, of course, that 6-ball isn't going anywhere from that side block. Spudboy, he can just roll this 5-ball in dead weight. But of course, that's nowhere near set as any kind of combo. But as long as you can see the 6-ball, you can at least do something with it. That's going to catch the jaw, but it's still gone in. Now this is a delicate little touch. Use that 8-ball. Now he's putting left English in this. I don't think he needs left English. This will spin out if he gets the pace wrong. He's in a double kiss. He's got a wee bit lucky there, I think. I don't know that he was playing for a double kiss, but the double kiss actually helped him because that left spin he had in the cue ball there, it could have come right out and he would have been on that 6-ball. Well, Spudboy needs to get himself into this match early on here and not let Brain Pullout get away. Now I would be brushing off that left side and trying to just run towards the 7-ball. . The only problem is you don't want to run into the 7 and pot the 7. He wanted to really hit that 7 just to use the 8 ball as a blocker, but he hasn't got it. Right, let's jump into the bottom match. We've got Chimpy up against Keith, and I think Chimpy's just won his second rack. Keith's up by 3 racks to 2, and suddenly I've got the hiccups. Well, Keith had lots of problems with his computer in VP4 for a long spell, but he's got it working. And with that 2 and 6 are a dead set combo, you can kick that up and down. Absolutely no way you're going to miss this. If you get anywhere good on that 2 ball, you're going to pot the 6. Oh, the 2's going to go as well, I think. Oh, yes, it's just gone. And he's on the 3. That's a bonus. That's a bonus and a half, that shot. Just a bit, I mean, you want to sort of, I mean, you can let this run out, but you want to try and hold this cue ball. You want to keep it off the rail. So now with the angle he's got too much to hold it this time, so loads of room to manoeuvre it though. Keith's a bit straight on this 5. He can hit it a big stun, the cue ball will go that way a bit. But you see, he's done the old dig down to draw back, and we see it happen hundreds of times. That whenever they go offline at that pace to those pockets in the corner, they don't go in as soon as they hit the jaw. Now, Chimpy's got to take full advantage of this. This is a wee bit testy. And of course, you've got to watch the pace. You either overhit this so that you're going up to the short rail up top and coming back out. And you see, that's how tricky they are. I mean, that angle is not a gimme to read that angle, so Keith then let off the hook. And that's most certainly going to give him the rack for a 4-2 lead. I think he's got enough room to just run forward and around, as long as he doesn't run down into the corner and scratch. He hasn't. So, overall, we've got in the top match, you can see what Matt's up against with that handicap. It's now 4 apiece. Bobby Barris getting 5 and out. Larry against Bankster. Bankster's now got a 4-2 lead. Larry was 2-0 up, remember? And suddenly it's 4-2 with Bankster running 4 in a row or whatever. And now Tam is behind against Vertical Liquid. So now the matches have turned here. We've got the 9-ball shots up in 2 of them and tied in the 3rd one. In the bottom matches, Preacher is now 3-0 up against Houdini. Spud Boys got off the mark against Brainful Out. Let's go in to that top match. And Matt's got himself back in the lead. Yeah, that's a delicate one, but he's got the cover. Now, the reason for that is that 3-ball was stuck to the rail, and as soon as you punch that 1 ball on top of the 3-ball, it's only going to come straight off the rail at the same angle, so it's very difficult to judge that cut. Now, Bobby Barris has got to be careful here, because if he runs this dead weight, he's going to be hooked here, because Matt's just going to run away from this 1 ball and stick him up. And Bobby Barrister will be in a lot more trouble if he doesn't get this. If he plays this dead weight, he's in trouble. I'll tell you that right now. And he isn't. Giving to Mark. You got your clocks forward already, Mark? I've got mine all forward. Well, Bobby Barris has got a chance to get away from this one ball here and get up the table. I think he's got to worry about that 8 ball. That 8 ball's in the line of where you want to try and put this cue ball. See, the commentator's eye's never wrong. And that was always going to be the problem, is getting away from that 1 ball and avoiding the 8 ball, and now it's given Matt a chance. Well, the only thing I've got this automatics my actual wristwatch. It changes itself automatically. It does it by satellite. So Matt looking to restore a 2-rack lead here, but this is a bit fiddly because the 6 ball is guarded both sides and it's not easy to get to. He's trying to go dead weight in the short side. That was asking a lot. Well, there is a safety here, but you know these guys don't think about safety at this stage. He's going for the combo, and that was a bloody good shot. I'll tell you, that was an extremely good shot. And so Matt goes to 6. Let's have a further update. Let's go in and see if well, Larry's needing a lot of help here. Larry's now 7-2 down against Bankster. Tam has got it back to 4 apiece with Vertical Liquid. Let's go in and have a look here. Well, Larry's at the table and he's got ball in hand and he simply has to get out here. I don't know how this has been going, whether Larry's been making mistakes, but it sounds like either Bankster's been playing very well to get to that 8 ball and all the visits he's getting, or Larry's making mistakes at the wrong end of the rack. Your guess is as good as mine. I think it might be a mixture of both. And that one, the stun, threatened to hang up as well. Larry will hang in there, but he cannot afford any more self-inflicted damage if that's what he's been doing, because he's running out of racks. Bankster only needs 2 to get this match in the bag. Larry needs to string a few of these together. Well, he's got a couple of balls. 3 balls going in as well. Problem is, there isn't a problem, and that's the problem. It looks easy, and you might take things for granted here. The 2, 3, and 4 have gone. And that 5 ball, I think he's got to just stun this in and come. He needs to stun this enough though. He can't leave it short, and that's what's done him again. And I can see that could be the problem. You know, Larry's getting to a stage in the rack where if he's missing, he's only leaving a couple of balls for Bankster to pot. And Bankster's played the billiard, and that's an excellent shot. And there's the full punishment for a mistake. Right there in that rack, you saw it. Larry played the stun to hold for the 6 ball, misses the 5 by a country mile, and Bankster plays the little billiard onto the 9, and suddenly Bankster's on the hill. So Larry's in deep doo-doo in this match. And it's looking very likely that the 9-ball shots are going to get a point on the board here. And Vertical Liquid is also in the lead. So things not going particularly great at the moment for the Tactical Geniuses in their matches. And Tam having to kick. And ball in hand to Vertical Liquid. But there's a proper mess down at the left side of the table, so there's a lot of, and Larry has gone. Bankster with a very good win there, 9 racks to 3. So we're only going to get Larry's story and what happened in that match, but it could, as I said, it could be a mixture of both. But I'm more inclined to think that Larry's been making mistakes at the wrong time, and Bankster's been fully capitalising on it. So it's a good win for Bankster, and that gives the 9-ball shots a point on the board. This match here with Tam and Vertical Liquid, well, this rack, I think that's a foul. I think he's hit the 3 first there. Commentator's eye. Yes, it is. So it's now going to be resolved a lot easier because things are in the open. Right, we need to get an update in these matches in the bottom here. Well, the matches with the Gamblers are they're up in 1 there with Preacher 4-1 up against Houdini. Spud Boy is now 2 apiece with Brainful out. And well, I think this is a match to stick with because we've got Chimpy with a 5-4 lead against Keith. Let's jump into that. Let's have a quick look at this 8 and 9 ball. Well, they're not set, so they're going to need a bump. Of course, this match is scratch, no handicap. Oh, now, the one thing about trying to get a nudge on this 8 and 9 is it's very easy to do that off the 7 ball, provided the 7 ball stays where it is. So the challenge here for Keith is when he pots this 6 ball to try and get this cue ball out in such a way where he can play that 7 and get the breakout. He's got to avoid hitting it right now unless he tries to stun along the rail to break it out from here. The problem with that is he might not have a half decent shot in the 7. Well, he's played it perfect. As far as getting the nudge is concerned, the only slight problem with that is he's not exactly got a great shot to get onto this 8 ball. So he's going to try and leave it for the combo. This is a wee bit fiddly, but he's got it. And he squared the match back to 5 apiece. Couple of balls going in, the 8 balls going in, 6 balls going in. What a break that was. We've got the 2, the 4, the 6 and the 8 have gone, and he's on the 1. Well, that's the best break I've seen for a long while. Well, of course, now he's going to look a proper numpty if he can't get out of here. And now he's got to judge the pace, unless he's just going to stun out for the 5 into the left side pocket. Or in fact, he's just letting it roll through natural off the rail. That's perfect. Little roll through, but does he want to? Well, he's rolled through further than he would really have liked here, but he's got a nice angle again to just stun out if he wants. Or I don't think he wants to really run forward here. I think he wants to sort of hold this a bit. Well, he's letting it run out. Problem with that is he's got a longer pot. but it's gone in. So Keith back into the lead. And of course you go from that last break to this one, which is bone dry, and Chimpy's on the 1 ball. And he's got a rack here that has to be run out. So back to normal as far as the break goes. Now we need another update here. We've got Matt. Is that Matt on the hill? 8-4 up against Bobby Barris. So that should be a result coming through. But as I say, Bobby Barris, was it Bobby Barris last week that did it, or was it John Boo? I can't remember. He had about 3 or 4 racks in a row, and Larry was in a winning position, and suddenly in the blink of an eye he'd get beaten. Bottom match, we've got Tam and Vertical Liquid all square at 5 apiece. We've got Houdini trailing 5-1 against Preacher in the bottom matches. We've got Spud Boy, who's now got himself in front against Brainful Out. And we've got this match that we're watching. And meanwhile, Chimpy on the road to squaring this match back up. At least he should be. Although he's got to get back far enough for this 5 ball. Oh, he needs to go back. If he bumps the 8, he's okay. Because if it had gone past the 8, he was dead and buried. I was watching some of that mixed double snooker that's on. There's a mixed double snooker tournament on. It's on ITV4, and I've got to say it's not very exciting to watch. The first match was I can't even remember who was playing. It was that board. The first frame took like 50 odd minutes for the first frame, and that was me bored out my skull and switched it off. And then when I switched it back on, the second match was on. Selby was playing in it, and the commentators were saying it wasn't very good. It wasn't very good either. So then I switched it back off. I've never been near it since. So no, it doesn't. It doesn't inspire me for entertaining snooker. Well, Keith had a go at the 1-9 combo there. And Chimpy can get to the 1. Again, this is just about judging the pace off that long rail. He's going to get the bump off the rail. Now, he's left that a bit short. But better to be short than too far up the table, because now he's got a good angle to come down. Now, the only way this will go wrong is if he somehow hooks himself behind the 4. Well, he's been a bit cautious there, and he wasn't really. That wasn't really a very convinced and confident shot there by Chimpy. You could tell that the way that 2 ball rolled around the jaws. It just wasn't, it wasn't delivered as a proper shot. He was a bit coy and a bit nervous. And he's left it, but he's left it awkward here for Keith, who's got an even worse shot hampered over whatever the hell ball that is. Is it the 4 ball? And now I haven't a clue what Keith tried there, but he'll regret it in a minute. Well, this cue ball, he's making sure he avoids the 8, but again, digging down, the same problem. When you start digging down, and now he's almost scratched. And I don't think Keith can do anything other than just pot the 2. Look where he's stuck. I mean, he can't get to the cue ball. He's right on the point. He can't get to the cue ball to do anything other than come across the table. And this 3 ball's past the pocket in terms of trying to pot it. And he's only got half a ball that he can see. Oh, nearly got the edge off that 6. Well, it could have finished worse than that. Well, we're still all square here, 6 apiece in this match. We need another update. We've got Bobby Barris and Matt. Bobby Barris is on 5. We're still waiting on that coming through as a result. Matt will be sweating with Bobby Barris getting 5 and out. We've got Tam, who's now got himself 7-5 in front against Vertical Liquid. So Tam's turned it around in that match a wee bit. The bottom matches, Preacher is running away from Houdini. He's 6-1 up. Spud Boy has turned it around because he was 2-0 down against Brain Pull Out. And Spud Boy's now 5-2 up. And then this big match here, we're going to stick with. That's not going to hold a line. So it's now an opportunity here for Chimpy, and this simply has to go. No any problem on the table. Right, so a quick look at the 8 ball. I think the 8 ball's well off the rail. That's fine where it's sitting. And handy with the 7 ball where it is. So this is, I mean, it's fairly straightforward. This is a shot to get good in the 5, to get good in the 6. And that's a perfect angle. Just a little dink in the 5. Judge the weight of shot to get up above that 6 ball. Now, the only danger here is where he wants to go with the cue ball. Where he wants to go with the cue ball is towards the side pocket, off the rail, and onto that 7, so he can sort of drop the 7 in and stay behind the 8. And you see now, Chimpy's done it again. He's not executing the shot because he's aware of the situation with that 9 ball there. So that we've seen it twice where he's sort of bottling out on the shot. You know, and when he's doing that, you can see the way the 6 ball running around the jaws. He's nowhere near the line of the pot. And Keith's not got into that the proper way because he's finished dead on the short side here in this 7. And it does still pot though, but good luck with that one. You go the other way, yes. And he's got the thin one, and it's going to come up. Is it bumping the 9? And it's grazed the 9. Well, this is off the rail good enough that he should be able to cut this without a problem. But commentator's curse. He's pushed it away from the rail, and Chimpy lives again. He might get out of jail yet here. And he's got to go for the cut. I sent it into the rail way too soon. Well, I think I much prefer the bank on this 8 ball. It's sitting very good for the bank. Oh no, and that's going to straighten up off the rail. But is it bouncing? He's got away with it. Now, does it bank the other way? Yes, it does. It'll bank into the side. And that is perfect. And, well, it's another one of these nervy testy ones. Judging that line, if it catches the point in that left long rail there, and that's perfect. right down the wire. So eventually Chimpy gets himself into the lead. We're going to have to get an update here. 8 ball goes in. Certainly one of the balls that I've seen go in. No shot in the one though. In fact, the 2 ball has gone as well. Look at that. Look at the way that pattern is here. You've got the line of 3 balls there, the line of 3 balls there. That's a weird one. Never seen that before. It looks like it's like one of those drills, isn't it? That's pretty good. I mean, it's an easy kick. It might not be, as a matter of fact. Looking at the angle, that 4 ball's in the way. That 4 ball is in the way. He's going to have to go left side of the 4 ball with maybe a bit of English on this. And if he goes to that side of it, I don't think. Oh, he just had enough room to get to it. But he's not going to get away with it, is he? It's off the rail. The Chimpy with a chance. If he can cut this one and get out into the table for that 3. But he's not going to get out far enough. That bump in the 7's done him. We're still waiting on a result coming through here. And what the hell's happening in that match? It's still 8-5 to Matt. Why is it stalled, that match? That's weird. Now, Tam is now on the hill. He's now 8-5 up in that match with Vertical Liquid. We've got Spudboy, who's now 6-2 up against Brainful out in the bottom match. We've got this match that's going on at the moment. And finally, Tam has got over the line. So that's a good win for Tam again. Excellent result for him. And that also has given the Tactical Geniuses a 2-1 lead now, after having lost that first match with Larry going down. So they've now got themselves in a position. In the bottom matches here, the Gamblers, who of course are at the top of the league, well, they're up in 1. In fact, they're up in 2 and down in 1. No, tell a lie, they're up in 3 now. Because it's just gone. No, I've read that wrong. I'll say that again. They're up in 2, down in 1. I got it right this time. And meanwhile, we've got Keith at the table, who's looking to square this up. This might be going all the way, this match. Hopefully this week is going to be a wee bit quicker than last week, which I think was the longest on record. I think it was about 3 hours last week to get these matches done. Now, did anything go there? No. So the brake's dry. Now, what's Chimpy trying here? Going for the pot. Well, it's hard work to get control of this cue ball, proper control of the table. Again, these angles just catching him out. Well, if Keith can get the pot in the 2 and come round the back of that 7 and 8, 6 and 7, Sorry, he should be up top for the 3 ball into the side. Oh, just caught the knuckle. And that's going to give him a bit of a headache here. Because he's way beyond cutting that into the side pocket, or is he? I think if he blasts that really thin, I think that will cut into the side. I think that will cut into the side if he blasts it. I mean, he could be trying a billiard here, but I think that 3 ball cuts. If you're hitting it and you're running 100 miles an hour, and you don't know where the cue ball's going, but that may well cut that 3 ball. Now he's maybe trying to bump the rail and knock the 4 in, or bump the 3 in. That is very well played, but no luck there. Except, in fact, that's not even set as a bank either. I don't think, is it? He's going to have to make the line for the bank and hope the cue ball stays out of the way. And that's very well done again also. And he's going to get himself not too straight in the 5. Well, I think he's got to take his medicine here and just get himself down as near the 9 as he can to make the cut in the 6. Unless he's going to run through below the 9, he's going to follow this in. And that's a big disaster at the wrong time, because Chimpy has got ball in hand to get to the hill here. Big mistake by Keith. He should have took his medicine and stayed short of the 9 ball and left a cut. It was not going to be easy, but you know, for Keith, who hasn't really had an awful lot of game time and table time in this game, has been caught out there running through to the top side of the 9 and has followed it in. Big mistake to make at the wrong time. Well, that's gone a bit awkward as well. He's a bit straight in this 8 ball. He's going to have to go forward. Well, he's content to leave the cut. Well, these have been nervy so far for Chimpy. Oh, well, I'll tell you, that used all of the pocket and more. But he is there, breaking for the match. And the ball has gone. Well, he's got a pot in the 1 as well. It's tight. 5 ball is gone. And if he can get this 1 ball and get out across for that 2, it should be fairly reasonable to get a decent shot in that 3-6 combo. Now, that wasn't very good. I don't know what the hell he was trying there. Oh, it's a thin cut, but he's got it. That was very well done. And then, you know, he's just finished offline for this combo, but he's got to have a go at it. No, he's tried the bank. I was going to say there, it looks too tight for the bank up and down to get the cue ball out of the way. I'm surprised, you know, he took the risk. You know, it was very tight to get that cue ball out of the way of the path of the 3 ball. But he might have got lucky. I don't think he's left anything. The question is what can Keith do here to try and at least keep this safe? Because I think the 4 ball's an actual hindrance to be able to play a shot here. He might be better just rolling down on top of this 3, because I can't see any other option where he's not going to prevent Chimpy having a shot. Is he trying the bank as well? No. Yeah, I don't know what he was trying, because It was very difficult to play something where you were not going to leave Chimpy a go at something here. Well, I think this is a shot to win the match. Is that going to get there? Again, it seems to be that Chimpy's trying to be too cute and very fine with the 2 or 3 of the shots he's played. He's not really been playing them with great conviction. That's about the 3rd time he's done that. He's just sort of bailed out in the shot and he's not getting there. And having said that, Keith hasn't landed exactly perfectly in this 4-ball. And he's stuck to the rail pretty much also. So he's got to watch the scratch. Yep, and that's what he was trying to do. He's trying to avoid the scratch and has overcut the 4, but he'll probably settle for that. Although Chimpy again will not be able to refuse this bank on the 4-ball. Down past the 9. And that's holding the line, is it? And it's gone in. So Chimpy now should be home and dry. Well, it's been a battle this first match, but Chimpy is going to come out on top by 9 racks to 7. Right, so we need a big catch up here. Right, so all the first matches are all finished in the top tie between the Tactical Geniuses and the 9-ball shots. We're into match number 2. We've got MC Clarkey against Bankster. They're 2 apiece at the moment. Bankster's getting the 7-ball. We've got Tam up against Bobby Barris. Bobby Barris getting the 6-ball. Tam's 1-0 up in that. Larry's playing Vertical Liquid. Vertical Liquid getting 6 and out. And Vertical Liquid's 3-2 up in that match. Meanwhile, in the bottom tie between the Team Philippines and the Gamblers are 1-0 up, having won that first match there with Keith and Chimpy. But we've got Houdini, who's on 4. Preacher is on the hill now on 8. That's a result that looks imminent. However, this Spud Boy brain pull-out match is still going on, and it's 6-3 to Spud, having started off 2-0 down. And Spud Boy, as we come to the room, has now got ball in hand. Now this has ended up 2 straight in this 4-ball. He's got to thump this in to get the cue ball out, or just roll through, but he doesn't like these long shots. And he's hung the 4. And I've jinxed him right off the bat. Right. Let's have a look at this match with Houdini and Preacher. So this is scratch. Preacher on the hill at the table. And that needs to bounce. And now I don't know that he can avoid the 6-ball. I think it's inevitable he's going to catch the 6-ball. He's overcut the 4 in the process, so Houdini's not dead yet. Well, he might be in the next 90 seconds, or at least he should be, if Preacher just gets this cue ball up into the middle of the table high enough for that pot in 6. And that's good. Now, Just a firm stun in with this 6-ball. And that'll do it. Now this could go into that corner pocket there. But more than likely it will do unless he hits it too hard. Well, he's trying to hold it for that. That's perfect. He's right behind the line. So a straight roll in the 8 and just a little bit of follow through. And they'll have this match in the bag. And the point on the board. So Preacher gets the win by 9 racks to 4. And that, once it's updated, will give the Gamblers a 2-0 lead in their match. And we're still waiting on the Spud Boy brain pull-out tie. Spud still 6-4 up. Meanwhile, we've got MC Clarkey in the round 2 matches in the Tactical Genius 9-ball shots game. He's up 3-2. We've got Tam 3-0 up against Bobby Barris. We've got Larry having now turned the score round. He was 3-2 down. He's now 4-3 up. So I think we'll go in and start from top to bottom here. Well, Vertical Liquid, not Vertical Liquid, Bankster has just tied this match up at 3 apiece. He's broke dry. Matt has a shot in the 1, but he's going to have to work this cue ball big time to get up on that 2 and avoid the scratch. And that's not bad, although it's a dodgy cut from the short side. That's not going to get there. So, Bankster, this looks simple enough, but believe me, it isn't. Just trying to get out of there and having some sort of shot in the 3. Well, that couldn't have landed any better as far as that goes, because he's got a nice little roll through and a wee bit of spin to spin down for that 4-ball. And that's perfect. And with a table like this, Bankster's got to be getting to that 7-ball every day of the week. Oh, again, a bit nervy looking that one. Wiped its feet, but it's gone in. He's never going to miss this. So, Bankster keeping the pressure on Matt. And he's going to obviously be breaking next rack. We'll see the break. Seven ball goes in. And it's a golden break for Bankster. And suddenly it's a 2-rack lead. 7-ball went straight into the right side pocket. And balls have gone in the break again. I don't know what one went. Was it the 5-ball that's gone? But not so simple a shot in the 1-ball this time. So Matt has got work to do here in this match, and he's going to be having to dig out a snooker here, I think, as well, is he? Not really. Right, so Tam in the second match still 3-0 up. Larry's now 5-3 up, so let's go in and see if we can jinx Tam. And in fact, we've obviously jinxed about him, and it's happened before we get into the room. Bobby Barris is off and running. He's got his first rack on the board. Well, it's going to still be tougher for Bobby Barris because he's getting just a 6 ball in this match. And the 1 ball's gone in the break. He's got the thin cut in the 2, the 3 balls in the open, but look at what's up ahead of him. His money ball's tied up with the 8, so Tam won't be worried about that at the moment. One thing, though, to be thinking about in this situation, if you look at the table, if Bobby Barris or even Tam, obviously depends who's at the table at the time, but if you pot the 3, it's about getting onto this 4 ball in such a way where you can get a bump into the 8 and somehow still have a shot in that 5, maybe up the table, or if you come off that side of the 6, having a shot or running the cue ball up table for a shot in the 5 into the side. And the cue ball's gone. So Tam may well be having that problem, but what he doesn't want to do is do something daft right now and try to break that 6 and 8 out off this 3. He doesn't want to do that. Now this is a perfect angle in the 4, and he really needs to make sure he's going to have a half decent shot in this 5. And that ain't it, because the scratch is on doing that. And this is the danger of a 6 ball money ball, because if Tam leaves this 5 ball exposed, I mean, he can thin this in, but he's got to watch the cue ball. This will drop into the side, but very thin, but the scratch is on. If he's trying to put it up the table into the corner, the scratch is on the side. If you thin cut it, you can thin cut that into the side, but the danger's a scratch up top. Well, the first thing he has to do is make sure that Bobby Barris can't see the 5. And he hasn't done that. And this is why you can't get yourself into trouble at the wrong end of the rack when the opponent's money ball's coming into play, which it evidently is right now. If Bobby Barris can pot this 5 and still be able to pot the 6. Easier said than done. He likes to make sure he's doing things right before he fires, isn't he? But at the same time, if you're the player that's playing him, you've got to keep your patience. You can't get impatient and then start rushing things yourself to try and get the match moving quicker. The match will be over at some point. You just don't want to help it be over too soon. You just got to keep your patience and don't worry about the pace of the other guy that's playing. So now Tam can get rid of Bobby Barris's money ball. And now it's just about the stun and the draw for this 8 ball. Because that's the shot. And that's very well played. So this is just come back an inch or 2, I would imagine. And that's perfect. So it should be a roll in 8 for a 4-1 lead for Tam. So it's looking reasonably good at the moment for Tam in his match. 3-1 up. Not quite as convincing for MC Clarkey. He's still trailing by 6 racks to 4 now against Bankster. And we've got Larry only 6-5 up against Vertical Liquid. So things are going all over the place in that. We've still got this match with Spudboy. Spudboy's on the hill. Let's get into that. There's matches on the schedule, but none that I'm going to be able to get. Although I haven't checked the schedule for an hour or two. Well, there's that 3-ball pattern there. It's still not fixed. It still appears, and there it is there tonight. First one of the night. Good evening to it. Well, Spud Boys battling away here, trying to get a result. It didn't start well for him at 2-0 down, but he hung in and got into the match, built up a lead. And the usual situation with this 3-ball pattern is that 6th ball will only go into the side pocket. It won't go into the corner. And that definitely doesn't go into the corner. It's the other side of the 9-ball, if you know what I mean. So it will go into the side. But Brainful Out's going to have to play a sort of holding shot. Well, he's done pretty good. I think the angle is there if he wants to try and get a bump. But if he wants to play it safe, he can try and spin to the... I don't know whether he can spin past the side pocket, come down below the 6 and try and play it in the side. But it's certainly no good trying to come down to play it in the corner while he's trying to get the break out and he ain't got it. So can't I stream a Cerro Mooncake? I don't know when it's on. And I don't know what day it is. It's Monday 8 o'clock at night. No, that's Monday's too late at that time of night. I mean, this is a match that could go on for a good, a couple of hours. And I'm at my work the next day. That's too late for me. Hopefully, well, there's a kick in by Spud Boy. Now that is a big bonus there. And now he's got his chance to win the match. Yeah, I don't want to start matches at that time of night where it can run on for a couple of hours and then I'm late for my bed and I'm up at work at 4 AM. So I'm not going to commit myself for that. But if it was, Tuesday night, then obviously I'm off Wednesday, Thursday. There's no problem in those. Well, Spud Boys, the angle he had, he was brushing through the 9-ball. Suddenly now it's become difficult. I mean, the difficulty's not potting the 8-ball. The difficulty's trying to do too much with the cue ball to get to that 9. Again, take your medicine and leave the bank on the 9-ball. But tell a lie, I forgot about Spud Ball getting the money ball there. He was getting the 8-ball, so well done to Spud Boy. Yeah, that's why he didn't play a great shot to go into the 8 for the 9, because he was getting the 8-ball as a money ball. So that's a good result for Spud Boy. And that then gets the Team Philippines off the mark with a point on the board. And we've got Houdini and Chimpy underway in their second matches. Houdini's getting 6 and out. So again, Chimpy's got the 2-1 lead at the moment. But that can just happen and change very rapidly. So we need to keep our eye on that. Meanwhile, up top in the round 2 matches in the Geniuses 9-ball shots, we've got MC Clark in trouble against Bankster. Bankster with a 7-ball has got a 2-rack lead. We've got Tam, who has that good win in his first match. Tam's got a lead at the moment, 4 racks to 2 against Bobby Barris. And we've got Larry tied up 6 apiece with Vertical Liquid. Vertical Liquid getting 6 and out, so we need to go into that one. Duncan Ferguson last night, bit of a hard case. Yeah, whatever happened to Duncan Ferguson? So Vertical Liquid at the table. Well, he's caught the jaw. And Larry will be ready to pounce. I mean, that 5 ball is off the rails, so the bank is definitely on the 5 ball. But I think he's had a double kiss off that 5 there. And where's it going to finish? Probably no man's land as far as Larry goes. Well, that's not going to be much good either, Larry, is it? No, it isn't, because the angle's there to cut the 5 and bring the cue ball naturally across the table for this 6 ball. Because that'll be Vertical Liquid's money ball. Oh, now, is he going to get second price? Of course he is. Of course he is. He's hung the 5. And now Larry is hooked. Well, if he goes off the short rail and brushes the 5, he could still possibly bank that 5. Oh, he's had a double kiss, and he'll settle for that. He will take that every day of the week. This match in the balance at the moment. He's the manager of Inverness. I never even knew that. Well, Larry's got his chance, albeit with a bit of a lucky roll. Now, he'll just bump the 9 here. Just rest the 9. So Larry's going to get himself in front. And looking down at the scores, we've got Tam still 4-2 in front of Bobby Barris. We've got Matt is now, Bankster's now on the hill against Matt. So let's go into that. It'll be a big result here for Bankster, especially considering how we're going to get in here. Well, Bankster is going to be playing the combo on the 5-8, 5-7 for the match. And that's a great result for Bankster, because he had that great win against Larry in the first match as well. So now we're 2 apiece in matches tonight. So Bankster's taken down Larry, he's taken down Matt. 2 very good wins for his side has got them the 2 points on the board. So now it's down to Tam against Bobby Barris. Tam still 4-2 up in that match. Larry having just gone in front in the bottom match against Vertical Liquid. Now the bottom tie between the Team Philippines and the Gamblers. The Gamblers are still 2-1 in matches up at the moment. Chimpy having given Houdini 6 and out. Chimpy's now got himself 5-1 up. The match between Spudboy and Preachers just started. They're 0-0. And Brainfill Out is now 1-0 up against Keith, and he's getting the 6 ball. So I think we need to keep an eye on that second match. Well, I was asking. I don't know how good or bad Quagmire plays 9 ball, but obviously he plays 9 ball a bit better than Tommy does, given the result. So this is now come down to a 4 ball rack. This, whoever gets the 4 ball should be winning this, and that's just glanced off that 4. Now, is Larry going to take the bait? I think pretty much guaranteed he is. He's looking to hit that 9 ball off the 4 and hold for the 6, I think. In fact, is he going to catch it? Yes, he is, and he's got the pot. Well, the deadline, it tells you on your bracket what the deadline is. You'll see the date at the top of the bracket for the round that you're on. Excuse me. This is a little nip back. So Larry's going to be 1 away. Now, Bobby Barris has got himself back to within 1 of Tam. It's now 4-3 to Tam. Chimpy still 5-1 up in his match. Preacher 1-0 up still against Spud Boy, and it's still 1-0 to Brainpull out against Keith in their round 2 matches. So Vertical Liquid with 6 and out at the table. And a good pot in the 1. No shot in the 2. Well, the 9-ball world champ, well, the VP4 9-ball world championship's a lot more difficult to predict. You know, I mean, obviously Cobra's going to be probably joint favourite with Albinario still. It's just a question of whether Spectre Don's going to again have that chance to step up to the next level and get that win in the big tournament. He did well to get to the final of the 10-ball. But who was the man that stopped him eventually? Albinario. Well, Stubb won't go deep doing what he does. I mean, he's going to try. Don't forget, he's going to try and dig himself out of holes. You've seen it all too often, and it's just he needs too much luck for it to persist throughout the tournament that he's going to win the tournament doing that. That'll be a laugh. That'll be entertaining. That the toys will come out the pram from both sides in that match. That's even before it started. There was a cheeky combo there from Vertical Liquid, and it's now 8-7. I think Vertical Liquid's come up dry there. And well, that is not good for Larry, because Vertical Liquid can cut this one into the 7 to take this hill here. He's just having a good look, but that cut angle is there. You want to glance that one so that you're catching the 7, and it nips into the side pocket like that. Just like that. That was perfectly played. And that was, again, down to a poor safety from Larry. And suddenly, it's a whole different ball game. 6 and out. And in goes the money ball, and the match is over. And the 8 ball's gone. And that is it. Larry's been done again. It happened last week, I think, against Bobby Barris. And suddenly, from a match where he had it in a winning position, and the money ball and the mistake from Larry there, that's what cost him. He didn't get the safety, he didn't get the cover, and he left the possible combo. And Vertical Liquid took full advantage. And of course, the real pain is the money ball in the break to win the match. So a big win there for Vertical Liquid by 9 racks to 8. And all of a sudden, the 9 ball shots have a 3-2 lead. And the Gamblers are still 2-1 up. So the Tactical Geniuses have got work to do. And Tam, am I reading that score right? I've been reading that score wrong. Suddenly Bobby Barris is 7-4 in front against Tam. What the hell happened there? Have I been reading that as a 2 and it's a 7? Anyway, it's not looking good for the Tactical Geniuses at the moment. And Matt is just about to start his third match against Vertical Liquid. And the Vertical Liquid's getting 6 and out against him as well. So, Matt, having won his first match and having lost his second match, is going to try and redeem himself against a very dangerous handicap with Vertical Liquid. Tam's looking in trouble against Bobby Barris. We're going to have to go in and see if we can jinx Bobby Barris. Well, no sooner have I said that we join the room and Bobby Barris is on the hill. Well, this could end up being a big result. But Tam is at the point of no return. It's a big ask for Tam to get out of this here. Well, he's going to have the 2 and he's going to have the 3. I don't think Stubb beat semi-pro in the Snooker World Championship. When did that happen? I don't recall that happening. Is that going to get there? Is that going to get there? Oh, that's the wrong time to be making that mistake, Tam. That is most certainly the wrong time to do that. Bobby Barris, money ball is a 6 ball. And if Bobby Barris can get that cue ball out of there and get a shot in the 5, this match could be over. Well, Bobby's looking at something. All he needs to know is he's straight on in this 4 ball. And he just needs to dig the cue ball out so at least he can do something with the 5 ball. Well, he's dug it out, but he hasn't dug it out far enough. It will cut in the side, but look at the cut. Again, it's got to be thin, it's got to be hard, and then he has to get lucky because the cue ball's running around, bumping into stuff. But that's what he's going to be doing. He's got to get the pace in this 5 ball to get it into the side pocket. Now, I'm not sure what he's doing, and I don't think he is either. But he's back to looking at the cut in the side. Now he's going the other way. He's going to the corner. And he's overcut it. Now how's his luck? Probably not too bad by the look of it. Yeah, he's got Tam in a quandary here. Because if Tam goes for the cut, two things can happen here. He can pot the 5, but again, he's no guarantee he's going to be having any decent shot at the 6. Well, he will take that. Now this could scratch off the 5 the way he's played this. He could come off the back of that 5 and go into the hole here. Well, he's caught the top side of it, and look at this 5 ball. I thought it was going to go. Three-0 against Semi, was it? Or did he quit in that as well? I never knew that. I don't know whether did I stream that. I might have streamed that. I haven't the foggiest idea. Well, that was all that Tam could do, just roll onto this 5. Well, if Tam's going to get out of this, he's going to have to grind and dig deep. Big time. I did stream it. So did Semi Pro spit the dummy in that as well? He's getting bloody good at spitting the dummy and throwing the toys out the pram. Now what is Bobby looking at here? Well, Tam can't get to that 5. I'm pretty certain, or at least I'm looking at it. He can't get it to pot it. He could play a bank on it if he wants. But that's going to be just tee it up for Bobby Barris. So this is a shot that will win the match for him. Cutting this 5 into the side. Up and down the table on the left side here for this 6th ball past the 7. He's got to get into the cue ball here. He doesn't want to be going that way up towards the 8 ball. That could be fatal. Oh, did he unsubscribe? I'm heartbroken at that. Oh, he's going the other way. Big shot here. Oh, what a shot. What a shot. Grabbed the bull by the horns. So this, for a very big result for the 9 ball shots. And in it goes. So Bobby Barris has given Tam his first defeat tonight. But more importantly and overall, it's a 4-2 lead for the 9 ball shots. And now there's a crisis here. A crisis at hand for the tactical geniuses. And looking at the bottom match, the crisis continues because Matt is now 4-1 behind against Vertigo Liquid with 6 and out. So this could all go downhill from here on in. It's a big ask for Matt to get out of that one. And these other matches are just getting underway. The match with Tam and Bankster and Larry and Bobby Barris just about to start. And Larry's going to have nightmares here with this handicap. Look at the handicap that's against tonight against the Tactical Geniuses. You've got Bobby Barris getting 6 and out there. And Larry's going to have to keep it tight. Meanwhile, down in the bottom tie with the Team Philippines and the Gamblers still 2-1 up. We've got Houdini and Chimpy neck and neck here. Chimpy's just got the lead 7 racks to 6. Preacher's 4-1 up in that second match against Spud Boy. And Brainful Out is 7-2 up against Keith. So it's looking very good. Very good for the Gamblers to almost get to the winning stage in this tie tonight with these three results that could come through. And Chimpy's just got to the hill. So let's get in there. And Chimpy, his problem will be how he finishes on this 6 ball. Now, the way it looks is that he's going to be trying to have some sort of slight angle in this 6 to play it long into the top left-hand corner, I would think. Unless he's trying to come back to play it the side. Yeah, so he needs an angle of some description now. This is just going forward far enough for the 7 into the corner. And that is perfect because that's just a dink in and go through for the 8 into the side. And so Chimpy is going to get the point on the board by taking down Houdini by 9 racks to 6. And so that gives the Gamblers a 3-1 lead now with results to come in. And it's looking good still for Preacher at 5-1 up against Spudboy. Preacher getting those last 2. So Spudboy needs to dig deep here in that match. But the one that's going to have to dig deeper is Keith, because Brainful Out has a 7-2 lead getting that 6 ball. And Keith has managed to get another one on the board, but he needs his break to work. He needs that to start happening. And no sooner than I say that than he's bone dry. And Brainful Out has a shot in the 1 and the 2 and the 3 ball is going to be a problem. Well, it looks, even with matches still to get played tonight, that the Gamblers are going to secure their place at the top. It looks like the Tactical Geniuses are on the back end of a beating here at the moment, unless they can turn it around. And that's a very good shot from Brainful Out. He's going to be bumping the 4. He just has to keep the 4 in play. And he could well be on the hill in the next minute. He just needs the 3, the 4, the 5, and that 6 ball. And that's well done. However, let me have a quick look. He just needs to nip this a wee bit so that he can see the 5. And now, has he done it enough? I'll tell you something. He's just done enough there. He left that tight. Now, how's the bump? Well, he could have done without that, but he'll take it. So this is the one that will test the nerve. This 6 ball to get to the hill. And then it goes. So Brainful Out, he's been on the wrong end of some beatings the last couple of weeks, but he's done well in this match so far tonight. Now, how did Brainful Out get on in his first match tonight? Well, he lost his first match. That was a match against Spudboy, so this looks like a good bounce back here from Brainful Out. He's, mind you, he's broke dry, and he's also, this is the sort of little roll of the ball that you need. He's broke dry, but he's left Keith nothing. All he can do is play a safety. Cut that to the left of the 6. Well, that's... I wouldn't have been playing it that way. It's worked out. I'd have been looking for a lot longer distance than that, but that'll do. Well, we're guaranteed we're in the playoffs, Tam. We're guaranteed we're in the playoffs. Yes, we've been hit hard with with the handicaps tonight, particularly obviously Larry and Matt have been hit hard with the handicaps. But, you know, you've just got to hang in there. We're not beaten yet. We're not beaten yet. We're 4-2 down, but we're not done. Although Matt's now get back to one behind against Vertical Liquid. And Keith's going to have to put a run together here to stave off defeat in this match. Oh, now, hang on a minute. Big mistake from Keith right there. And that's, again, making mistakes at the wrong time. When money balls are approaching, and of course, Brainful out now, just has to play a good shot in this 3. Now, if he digs in the 3 ball, let me get my line working. If he digs in the 3 and comes somewhere over there towards that 5 ball, as he goes forward, he's going forward. He needs to avoid the bump. He needs to avoid hooking himself. And he's done that very well. So now, let's have a look. How's that look? Straight forward and up the table far enough for the 5 into the side so that he's fairly straight and can hold it for the 6. That looks... Well, I think he can just dink this in dead weight. I think he can dink it in dead weight and he'll still have a cut in the 6. And there you go. The mistake was made at the wrong time by Keith and he's going to get punished for it. And it's a great result for Brainful Out. A good bounce back win there for Brainful Out by 9 racks to 3. So that now gives Brainful Out his win for tonight. But what it does also is it puts the gamblers on the hill in terms of winning the overall match tonight, because they're now 4-1 up in their matches. We'll still get that match now that's now become even more important with Spudboy and Preacher, because the way it is, Preacher is 5-2 up against Spudboy, Preacher getting the last 2, and Spudboy, the hopes all rest in him in keeping this match alive tonight. If he goes down, it's a win for the gamblers, regardless of what happens in the other matches. The 4-1 lead is a big lead, and Spudboy under pressure to keep his team in it. Meanwhile, Tam in his 3rd match up against Bankster. Tam getting the 7 ball. Bankster, it's 2-1 to Tam. Larry's 1-0 up against Bobby Varys, but we know what can happen there. And Matt is 4 apiece with Vertical Liquid. So these matches are all, anything can happen in the blink of an eye. You can't look away and that scoreboard will just start jumping all over the place. So I think with this match at 4-all, Matt looking to give the Tactical Geniuses another point. He's the closest to doing it. So we'll see how this turns out. But the danger with Vertical Liquid getting 6 now is don't make mistakes, Matt, at the wrong time. And Vertical Liquid has had a little bump in the 5. A good shot in that 1. And I don't think he can get enough of the 2 to cut it. Mind you, at the distance he is, I don't know that he can. I don't know that he can even tweak that. No, he can't. So priority here is don't leave a shot in the 2. Whatever you do. Now it would be safe to say that it's not going to be easy to get to that 7 ball. Let's put it that way. So things are in Matt's favour at the moment in this rack in terms of Vertical Liquid getting the winning money ball. But the same thing for Matt. He's got the biggest problem of all in trying to get shape on that 7 ball. Watch this cue ball. This is heading down south, is it? No. Well, this is a problem. An extremely ugly 7-ball, and we're in money ball territory for Vertical Liquid. Well, he's trying to get himself as close to that 8-ball as he can for this cut down the rail. This is horrible. This is shut your eyes and play the shot. And he knows that if it doesn't go in and it doesn't go safe, he's going to be behind. And he's played that extremely well. Very good shot. No sign of nerves. Now again, it's all just about the touch. He's got to watch this 8. It's tight to the rail. And that's what happens when you try to get cute. And that's a big sellout. Had to play that a lot more convincing to make sure he was playing it forcefully to get that 8-ball in rather than trying to be really cute. That was too tight to the rail to try that. And the ultimate punishment, he's now 5-4 behind. Vertical Liquid breaks off. The 3-ball's gone. He's got a shot in the 1, shot in the 2. 4-ball in the middle of the table, but the cue ball's gone, so Matt can now quickly redeem himself. Right, let's have another check here. It's now 2 apiece with Tam and Bankster. Larry is now 2-1 behind against Bobby Barris. Let's go in. In fact, it's now 3-1 to Bobby Barris, and this could be the nightmare starting for Larry with Bobby Barris breaking off, getting 6 and out. And the 5-ball's gone, the 1-ball's gone. And he's definitely got a shot in the 2. So he's got to get the 3, and again he's got a line on this 3-ball to go forward and come down on this left side of the table that we're on, but he needs to come down far enough to be able to get to the 4. Big shot. And if he can do that, he should have a straight in 6-ball to be 4-1 in front. This is looking good. It's looking very good. Well, the only thing he doesn't want to do something daft and stop himself behind this 8-ball. He's just got to dink this in and go through. Go through to the diamond. That'll do it. Nothing more than that. That's all you want to do is roll this in and get the cue ball through to the diamond, and you'll be able to roll that 6 in for the 4-1 lead. You don't want to try and get out into the table, do anything like that. Well, you see now he's got a cutback. If he'd left it there, he'd still had a cut, but it was much better, straightforward cut. Should still get this though. I haven't even looked at that 7-ball to see whether if Larry gets a shot, he's going to have an easy 7. Well, he won't be getting that because he's rolled in the 6. And now, if this break starts working for Bobby Barris, Larry could be doomed. Now, what was that into the side there? Was that the 2-ball? And a shot in the 1. Yeah, he's right in the gap for the shot in the 1, so he can just come out for the 3 down into the corner. He'll have the 4 available. the big shot will be getting from the 5 to the 6. Now, is Bobby Barris up to the task? Well, we're about to find out, because they're all there for the taking. So all he has to do is just bump that one in and come out for the 3 down the rail. He's come out far enough. That's perfect. And this is just a gentle roll in. A little gentle roll in and go forward. And that way you've got a nice cut angle in the 4 to come out into the table for the 5. Oh, he's overcut that way too soon, but it's still going in. Cheated the pocket big time there. I think that hit the first diamond past the side pocket, that ball. Now, this is where you do have to have a fair idea of knowing what you're doing here, because when he cuts this 4 in, he's going to come out. He must have an angle. And then it's about how he manipulates the cue ball. And that's not it. That ain't it. So Larry should get ready to pounce. Well, we need to have a look in at Spud Boy, because Spud Boy is battling, and he needs to battle for his team in that second round match, because he's now got it back to 4-5 behind Preacher. And we know that the Gamblers need that result there in that match to win the overall tie tonight. And it's in Spud Boy's hands as to whether Preacher's going to be able to do that or not, or whether Spud Boy's going to keep that match alive tonight. So he's still in it. In fact, he's now squared up at 5 apiece. So he's battling and digging deep. Meanwhile, Larry have been given this chance to at least get another rack in the board. Well, he'll be down to the bottom rail and back out into the table here. So we'll give him that one. So meanwhile, we've got Tam up against Bankster in that third match. And of course, 9-ball shots are on the hill as far as the overall result goes. And at the moment, it is not looking good, folks, for the Tactical Geniuses. They're down in all 3 matches. We've got Vertigo Liquid on the hill against Matt. That looks a formality that's going to be over, getting that 6 and out. And Bobby Barris is 4-2 up against Larry, of course. So it is not looking good tonight for the Tactical Geniuses, but it's looking very good for the 9-ball shots to get another win under their tab on this event summary at the end of today's play. The bottom matches, 5 apiece, and the third match has just started in that bottom tie with Houdini and Brainflout. I don't know whether we should go into that and jinx Spud Boy or Preacher either way, but Spud Boy needs everything to work out for him. He's going to have to keep concentrating. We're waiting on this result coming through. It's going to pop up any second. Well, Bankster has played very well tonight. He's had 2 big results. Not looking good, Bill. It is not looking good for us tonight. Some big wins for Bankster tonight. And Larry battling here against, in fact, Matt's been having to battle against these big handicaps as well, so it's a real struggle. But Larry's looking reasonably good here to get back to within 1. Spud Boy and Preacher still tied at 5 apiece in that match. And Tam is 5-2 down. against Spankster. Let's go in and see if we can jinx Spankster. Doesn't look like it. It's going to be 6-2. So Tam in trouble. And I think the win has got to come from one of these ties, obviously. I think we're going to be half pushed to get anything else other than maybe Larry digging out, not Larry. Well, Larry, yes. In fact, looking at Matt, he's now, 8-6 behind. Larry at the moment is our only hope to get a point in these last remaining matches. Unless Tam can turn it around and Matt can dig himself out a hole. But you think that result's imminent. Meanwhile, it's still 5 apiece with Spudboy and Preacher in that second match. So it's still not over. So Tam having to get to the 7 ball. Now this needs to miss. Well, if it bumps the 6, that'll do. But he's got himself stuck to the rail. Now again, that just creates problems with what you can do. All he can do is roll that ball in. And now everything's at distance. But if he just dinks this 6 ball in and rolls through and out, he'll have the 7 up table. He needs to keep rolling through and out. I still expect him to roll this in. It shouldn't be a problem. So that's rescued 1 rack. Got to start stringing them together. Well, the 7 ball has gone in the break, and that's a bonus. And it's another rack in the board for Tam. Back to within 2. Very handy money ball in the break there for Tam. And a very handy one again. He's gone again. Suddenly it's 6-5. Same side pocket with that 7 ball. He's done it again. 3 in a row. 7 ball 3 times in a row off that long rail on the left side, straight into the right side pocket. And it's 6 apiece. Watch this, if he gets it right again this time. Watch the 7 ball. And this time it's gone too far. But he had 3 in a row where that 7 ball just went straight into the right side pocket. And suddenly we've got a match on. Right. Let's have a look at this bottom match. Well, Preacher has got it back into the lead against Spud. It's now 6-5 up for Preacher. You've got Houdini now 2-1 in front in the 3rd match against Brainful out. So Spudboy needs to keep digging. He needs to keep hanging in there. And meanwhile, MC, Clarkey and Vertigo Liquid are at 8 apiece. Let's get into that. Matt's got it all the way. Vertical Liquid, of course, getting 6 and out. Now, is he going to play the billiard onto the 9 here? It looks as if he is. The 2 doesn't cut, so he's going to go for the billiard. This is more of a... I think it's more of a stun, is it? Can he play this straight onto it? It looks reasonable. So this for the match. And the overall win in the night for the 9 ball shots. He's not got it. Beef curry, fried rice, king prawn chow mein. That's 2 Chineses in 1. What the hell mixture is that you've got? Well, can Matt hold his nerve? Because he's battled and hung in, given this 6 and out. And he could squeeze as an unexpected result here. Ah, right, so you're sharing each other's. Sounds a good idea. Well, Matt is going to dig himself out a hole here if he can see this through. This is a big win for Matt, considering the circumstances he was in. And Tam, of course, well, when we bailed out that room there, we were 6 apiece. We're going to head straight back in there after this is done. And we've got to keep an eye on Spud Boy, because Spud Boy, everything's resting on his shoulders for his team at the moment in that match. Oh, this is not good, Matt. This is not good. He's way short in this. That's a 1.5 foot short of where he wanted to be in this 8 ball. Oh, and it's gone in. It wiped its feet. Well, what a result here for the tactical geniuses. It ain't over till it's over, as they say. But a cracking result there for Matt. That is a big, big, big win. Right, so now that gets us back to within 1. And looking at the scores, Larry's behind by 1 rack against Bobby Barris, and Tam has got himself in front at the moment. Now this could turn the match around here for the tactical geniuses. Meanwhile, Spud Boy has got the result. What the hell's happened here? Spud Boy has suddenly got the result. Oh no, I'm in the wrong bloody match. I'm getting excited. I'm getting the wrong bloody match. It's 6 apiece with Spud Boy and Preacher. And Houdini's 2-1 up against Braidfield. I was looking at the wrong score. I'm thinking, how the hell has he turned that around so quickly? Right, anyway. Tam 7-6 in front. Matt's had the result. Larry's 2 behind against Bobby Barris again. And so all the weight is in Bobby Barris's shoulder as it is. Being closest to the winning line. Can Larry dig the tactical geniuses out of hope? Can Tam hang in there? We've got to get to see what's happening with Larry. That was a good win there, Matt. A very good win. Now, Bill, of course, can't play next week either. Bill's out next week. Oh, we've got Larry at the table. He's got a toughie with this 4 ball, but the cue ball's got to go high enough. He's got to hit it, Larry. You've got to hit it. I mean, he's way under hit that. He surely wasn't trying to hold that to play the cue ball here up, the 5 up there. He had to come up to here. Well, again, this could be a big, big mistake from Larry, because you know what happened with Bobby Barris the last time. He needs to get lucky here. Well, he might have. I mean, anything is possible when you're letting somebody at the table who's getting 6 and out. You just start banging balls at balls. Anything go in, but this is the dangerous territory Larry's in now. Any mistake in that 5 ball, and Larry can be taken down within a couple of racks. Yeah, it's tough, Keith. It's tough. Just ask Larry how tough it is. Larry's battered and bruised with bloody handicaps, I'll tell you. Larry's had matches where he's been sitting pretty much guaranteed favourite to win. He's made 1 mistake and bang, boom, 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 money balls flying in. With Tam, who's dead and buried there, he's just in 3 7 balls in the break. The 7 balls is money ball. He's got himself back into his match. Exactly the same break. Cutting the break from the wide right side, and the 7 ball goes off the long rail on the left, straight into the right middle pocket. And that's a match where he was dead and buried. So, Bobby Barris at the table. Again, the mistake from Larry, and Bobby Barris, if he can cut this 5 and somehow see the 6 ball, which he should be able to, he's got to nip the cue ball a wee bit to avoid running into the 7. Yeah, Tam was breaking wide here, and the 7 ball was coming out the pack, straight over to that rail, straight over to the side pocket. When he did it the 4th time, he got it slightly wrong. It went across and missed the side pocket that side, but he got 3 of them perfect. Got him right back into the match. Well, Bobby Barris has avoided the 7, but he's hooked himself behind the 8, and Larry lives again. Right, talking about updates. We've got Spud Boy in that match. Spud Boy's now got himself back in front against Preacher. The 3rd round match, Houdini started these 3-2 up against Braveblood, but that's the match that's going to make or break the result tonight for the Team Philippines. If they can hang in there, they're still alive if Spud Boy gets the result. Meanwhile, Tam's now 7 apiece with Bankster, and of course, we know what's happening with Larry and Bobby Barris. So Tam has to turn it around. He's done great to get back into it. He was 5-2 down, and he's still in there and got to make the use of that 7 ball, which he has done so far. Larry's trying to dig himself out another hole, and Bobby Barris is still thinking about how to play this 6 ball. He's probably been at it about a minute and a half already looking at this 6 ball. Now, is Bobby Barris still awake? Maybe he's fallen asleep. Nope, there he is. Well, he's completely missed it. So Larry now should be back within 1. But Larry definitely needs his break to work for this next couple of racks to ease the pressure. Well, again, this is just roll the 8 ball in and roll the cue ball out. Even if you come down on this bottom rail, that doesn't matter. You're just rolling it out. See, he's gone for the stun. Now, I don't know why Larry's doing that. You've got to just play it safe and let it roll out. I mean, there was never a problem with rolling that 9 ball up in the top left-hand corner pocket. That's another big mistake from Larry. Try to play the stun when it was a lot easier just to roll it in. And Bobby Barris been given a shot here he shouldn't have had. And is he going to get the ultimate punishment, Larry? We're about to find out. In fact, that could be Larry's last shot, because if Bobby gets this and breaks the next rack and money balls start flying in, it could be all over. He's overcut it by a mile. And Larry's going to get out a hole. Right, we need another update here. Right, it's still 7-6 to Spud Boy. We've got Tam, who's 8-7 up. Tam is on the hill against Bankster. Oh, do I go into that room or do I stay where I am? I think I'll stay where I am for the time being. I've got to stay out of it. If it goes hill, I'll maybe jump in, but I don't want to go into it just now. Oh dear. Now, what's Bobby Barris Titan loser for? Was that because he messed up that 8 ball? Meanwhile, Larry has had a ball in the break. And he's played the bank. He's got a shot in the 2. Again, he has to make up his mind where he's going with it. Well, you don't want to be playing into that pocket to run forward, because you're going to have no shot in the 3. This is really tough. Really, really tough. I need to have a drink. Another reminder to all the people from the UK who are watching, do what I've just done. Get your clock set forward. They go forward at 1 AM Sunday morning. We go into British summertime. I'll need to talk to Steve to get Friday night 9 ball changed Because Friday night 9-ball next week, if nothing's done about it, will be at 6 p.m. So he needs to reset the tournament and change it to 7 p.m. Oh, what a cracking win for Tam. Tam has got over the line. That's a great result for Tam. Because he was dead and buried 5-2 down against Bankster. Then he strung those money ball breaks. And suddenly the tactical geniuses have a chance. And it's all going to be down to Larry. Larry's got everything on his shoulders to dig us out and get a result here tonight. As has Spudboy, who is still 7-6 down. In fact, tell a lie, I'm reading that wrong. He's now 8-7 up. Spudboy's on the hill. So, and Sue's just missed a shot there. It's Bobby Barris. Great win there, Tam. You're going to have to teach these guys how to get that 7-ball in the side pocket. That was 3 in a row, you jammy git. That was 3 in a row. I mean, we were dead and buried this tie overall. Now Larry's missed the 2. Well, the only thing that is helping Larry here is the fact that 6 ball's awkward where it's sitting. I mean, the 6 ball will bang. Yeah, well, that's given us a chance to win this bloody overall tie tonight. Spudboy still in the hill, 8-7. I don't know whether to stay with this one. Well, I mean, this match isn't over. I think we should go into the Spudboy match. I think that's what we'll do. Well, we'll get Preacher at the table to take it all the way. Now, Preacher is getting to the last 2, so it's a big ask for Preacher to get to the last 2. And I thought he's going to roll through and go out. Well, he can cut back. He can cut back this 3 ball, and he can just come back off the 6, and he'll still have the shot in the 4. You've just got to nip this cue ball off that 6. See that? I don't know whether he's intended to get through for it in the side, but that's not where I would have wanted to be. I would have been nipping back off that 6 so that I could cut it up the table and at least get maybe across for the 5 doing that. But he's played the cut and he's got there, and what do I know? He's perfect. And Preacher, well, how many times do I say it? They're all there. You've just got to get on them. There's no reason or excuse or anything that would say that you can't get there. You've just got to make sure you have the angle in the 7. No matter what the angle is, it's an angle that either takes you to the rail or takes you out and across the table to the right for the 7, for the 8 into the corner. But he's still got to get up the table for that. No, he doesn't. It's last 2 he's getting. I think my brain's gone. I'm getting so excited at the way these results are going. So this 8 ball to take it hill. This is going to decide this tie. Remember the outcome of this match, because 9 ball shots are on the hill result wise. They just need to get to 5. We've got Larry 6-5 down against Bobby Barris, and we've got Preacher breaking for the match. Why have we left a decider? Because we're in another decider, that's why. This decider's near the end more than the other decider is. We'll go back into the other decider when this decider's by, because Larry's only 6-5 down. This is hill. Tam's keeping us up to date. I don't know where to go. I want to be in 2 rooms at the same time. Well, here we go, Spud Boy. You've got a nice little dinky cut in the one, and anywhere up the left-hand side. You don't want to bump the 4 if you can help it. And you just got to judge the weight to come up the left-hand side. Well, he's bumped to 4, but he's bumped it in the left side, which is good enough. Now, I'm certain that if he goes forward, he's going to run into that 8 ball. If he stuns this forward, is he not going to catch that 8 ball? It looks awful close to me. He's avoided it. Now, how's the bump in the 4? Has he glanced in the 4? He's glanced and now he's sort of dead in the water. Oh, I was going to say, is that a big pocket where the 6 ball is? But no, it isn't. And the 3 doesn't go past the 9. But I'll tell you what does go past the 9. It goes past the 9 for the bank. It's tight, I think, but it does go. Or does it? Then again, I don't think it does the more I look at it. Let me look at the line. Hold on. Let me look at the line. I think that is tight. I think that's tight for the bank. That 3 ball. That 9 ball is well in play. But he's played a pretty good safety. That's very well done. I don't think there's any way he was playing that 3 on to the 6. He's got what he set out to do there. That was very well played. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The cue ball's having a go as well. Oh, dear. Oh, Spud Boy. I mean, is Preacher going to fall over this line with that shot? Oh, he's now scratched. Well, Spud Boy's got all the pressure in the world on his shoulders here for his team because he's now got ball in hand and they're all there. Can he get himself out? He's got to pot them all to win. I haven't looked at that bracket today, well, not sincerely this morning, so I don't know what's on tonight. But bearing in mind that I've got my clock already forward, it's already 7:15 in my clock. Or what the hell is the time? It's 8:15 on the rest of my clocks in the house, but it's 7:15 on my watch, so I'm treating this like it's 8:15. So I won't be doing any matches tonight, no matter what they are. Simply because I'm on British summertime already. Well, this is a pretty good shot from Spud Boy, but it's a bit of a dinky cut. Now he's got to... What's the safest way to do this? To try and play it dead weight just to come up above the 9 or come down to the bottom rail and back into the table? This is where you've got to hold your nerve. Make that decision, but don't go half-hearted at it. Well, he's played it the dead weight shot and now he's got the blind pocket cut. This to keep his team in the tie. And he's got to just nip this as well, just to hold the cue ball, keep it away from corner pockets, just to be certain that he's not doing that. And that's a great win for Spud Boy. He keeps his team alive with a 9-8 win against Preacher. Let's have a look at the scores. So that result is confirmed. And Team Philippines have got their 2nd point on the board. And now the remaining matches are about to start. You've got Keith now up against Preacher. You've got Spud Boy and Chimpy. But we've got other things to do here. We've got Larry up against Bobby Barris. And don't forget that we're now tied at 4 matches apiece. So this is the decider tonight as to whether the tactical geniuses can bail themselves out a hole or whether the 9-ball shots can fall over the line. I think Larry's got lucky there. He has got lucky because he can't get to the cut angle in that 3-ball without tweaking the cue ball a wee bit. And this is a shot he should be playing. He should be playing a little tweak to try and give it a go. But he's not up to the task. I would be having a go at a little spin. But having said that, though, the end result isn't bad. Now, there's no way Larry is going to go for the cut here. The bank is, I don't know whether it's dead set, but it looks as if it's going straight towards that middle diamond. And when you look at the line going to the diamond and coming off, I don't know whether that's it. We'll soon find out. I think Larry's trying to use the 4 and 6 for cover here. He's overhit that 3-ball by a mile, and the cue ball's not tracking far enough. Yeah, well played, Spud Boy. Mind you, he's still got trouble ahead. He's still got his 3rd match to play. He's up against Chimpy, but he's getting the 5-ball against Chimpy. And Houdini's getting the 6-ball against Braidfullout. Preacher's getting the 7 and 8 against Keith. But Bobby Barris has a chance here. Now, every time Larry leaves Bobby Barris a shot like that, if Bobby Barris can get this 4, although the 4-ball hasn't got a pocket down this end of the table other than a dodgy cut, you know, Larry could play a shot that's his last shot with this 6 and out handicap against him because he's on the brink every time. If Bobby Barris gets to breaking these balls next rack, you know, money balls could fly in and it's game over. I don't know what Bobby's trying to do here. I haven't a clue whether he's trying to play a combo into the 9 or whether he's trying to bank it up between the 6 and 9. I think, yeah, he's trying to play the combo. I think the bank up and down between the 6 and 9 was actually on. So how's Larry's nerve holding up? He's got a fairly straight in 4. There's a slight angle there, so he just needs to get around and out and avoid the 9, because if he does that, he could end up in trouble. He's sort of got away with it, although again he's got trouble ahead because he's got to dig in and spin off this cue ball 6 to try and drag the pace off and stay that end, and that's very well played. Now, again, you go forward and onto the rail and around to there. That's where you want to be, somewhere like that. See, he's gone a bit too far again, but he's fine. Just a roll in. Play everything simple when it gets down to the wire. So Larry's now got the break. Can he get full advantage of it? Get to the hill. Get a ball and a shot and a run out. And disaster, or was that the 9-ball that's good? I thought it was a cue ball. It's a 9-ball that's went in. Oh, there's a bonus. And Larry is in the hill. Is the tactical genius who's going to dig themselves out a big hole tonight? Because I had given up hope. And I think most of my team had given up hope as well early on the way things were going. But we're still in there. What a time for a golden break for Larry. Now how's Larry's nerve going? He doesn't want to be stuck to the rail. Oh, this is dodgy, because you've got to dig in, get a big stun onto the rail and get out and across. You've got to get a hold of the cue ball one way or another to make sure you're either side of this, and he's in a proper blast. And I'm not sure what he tried there, to be honest with you. He had to dig in. Well, I wouldn't say that was playing cool under pressure there, coldest pillow. He had to dig in. It was a bit straight, but he had to get a big stun to come across. I mean, I think that shot was on, but I think the other problem was he was a bit too close to the rail. Now, what the hell's happened to Bobby Barris? I think Bobby Barris has gone south. I think he's disconnected. Now, while he's disconnected, time for a quick update in the third matches. In the bottom tie, again, Gamblers 4, Philippines 2. And Keith is up 1-0 against Preacher for Team Philippines. Spud Boys 1-0 down against Chimpy. And Brainful Out is 5 apiece with Houdini. So Brainful Out might be the one to get the winning result there in that overall tie. Meanwhile, has Bobby Barris left the building yet? No, it's still showing nothing. Oh, he's back. Well, Bobby Barris is got a question mark. Don't tell me we've got I think we've got a connection problem here. I think Bobby's seeing something different from what we're seeing. No, the league will start. The league matches will start at 7 p.m. 6 p.m. tomorrow. Next Saturday. What the fuck does that mean? It fucking means it's your fucking shot, for fuck's sake. That's what it means. If you're going to fucking say what the fuck does that mean, I'm going to fucking say what the fuck are you talking about. I'll give it back as good as you give it to me, son. I don't know what's going on with this Bobby's tonight. I mean, he at least if he tells us what the hell he's seen, then we know what's happening. Why has he got a question mark in the bloody chat? Now I need to check and see what's happening in these other matches. Preacher's now 3-1 up, getting 7 and out against Keith. But Brainful Out's now gone 6-5 up against Houdini, so that could be the deciding match there. What the hell's he talking about? Right, is there a time frame I need to prepare my shot? Please tell me. What the fuck's he talking about? No, I'm not Ginger. I'm. I think I'm. Originally, I had brown hair. I ain't brown anymore, I'm afraid. No, I'm not bald, but I do shave my head once a week. Saves an awful lot of money in getting your hair cut. Doing it yourself. Takes you 5 minutes over the sink. Just give it a buzzsaw straight across the head. Best investment I made. I think it cost me a tenner. And Larry's got himself in trouble again at the wrong time. Look at this. And of course, all of these are Bobby Barris's money balls. I don't know what the hell's getting into Bobby Barris's head. He's the one that put a question mark. Nobody said, look at the chat. Right, when I arrived in the room, he's put a question mark. All we saw was nothing happening on the screen. Right? So he puts a question mark, and that's why I said it's your shot. And then he says, what the fuck does that mean? And then I said, it fucking means it's your fucking shot, for fuck's sake. That's all I said. Because he bugged me with the way he was asking the question. They asked me a question like that. Yeah, Larry's trying to explain it to him. I'm staying out of it now that I've stirred up the shit. I'm staying well out of it. Watch this 9-ball. Look at this. What a jam he get. What a jam he get, Larry, as he's about due that, though. I'm going to give that to Larry. He's about due that. I don't know that he played it. I do not think that he played that, but I'll tell you, we'll take that as a result. Larry was due that. I'm going to defend Larry to the hilt because he was due that. What a win that was. Tactical Genius is dead and buried at 4-2 down. It was all over. And Larry has rescued the situation. What a win there. Look at those last 3 matches. MC Clark 9, Vertical Liquid 8, Larry 9, Bobby Barris 6, Tam 9, Bankster 7. So Tam tonight has had a 9-5 win. He's had the defeat against Bobby Barris 9-4, but he's a 9-7 win. Matt had that 9-5 win in the first match. Then he lost the second match to Bankster. Bankster had those 2 wins against Larry and Matt. And then in the third match, it was a whitewash. So the Tactical Geniuses have escaped and dodged a big bullet there tonight. Meanwhile, there is still a match to resolve above here, or a tie to resolve. It's 4-2 to the Gamblers. It's 6 apiece with Houdini and Brainful out. And if Houdini can dig himself out of that and get that win, this match and overall tie might not be over either. So anything can happen. So that is a cracking result. We need to have a look at the overall run of things, but I think I don't think we'll have made much inroads in terms of the racks for and against. Let's what one we'll go into. Keith is 3-2 down against Preacher. You've got Spudboy is now 2-1 up against Chimpy. I still think we've got to get into this match here. Has Larry got to have a lie down? Larry's had a tough few weeks. I mean, he's had a bit of a battering, Larry, with these handicaps. So did Bill. Right, so did most of the high-ranking players. But Larry was due a little bit of jamminess. Oh, he's about 86, Larry. He's at least 25 years older than me. He's about the same age as Dick Van Dyke. Right, Larry, tell everybody that you played that combo in the 9 there in that last rack. Well, that I mean, it could actually turn out to be a big result. Not that it makes any great deal of difference in the overall scheme of things, but it's still good to get the win. It's now 2 apiece with Spudboy and Chimpy. It's still 3-2 to Preacher against Keith. So this is the one that's going to make or break the tie at the end of it. Houdini is going to have to do a bit of great escaping again. Hooked in the 2. Now this cue ball could do anything coming off the back of the 2. Oh no, he's caught the edge of it, set the two up. Now how's the cue ball? It ain't good. So Brainful out has got everything here. Just take his time and do the right things. Give yourself every chance of getting out. That's the first thing he didn't want to do, is get interfering with the 9-ball. Yeah, that's not where he wanted to be. Suddenly now it's become difficult because all he can do is just roll forward. And he's dead straight, so it couldn't be any worse than what he's just done. Bolt straight in the 3, can only roll through, and now he's got a nerve jangling 4-ball where I think he can go tightish into the corner but won't scratch, but he's got to hit this hard enough to come back out into the table. I think he can get into the corner and get out of there without scratching. Now the more I look at it, the less convinced I am. Yeah, well, he hasn't found the right line there, and he was well away from the scratch. But what's worse about it is he's given Houdini the chance, who just needs to get this 4-ball. He needs to jack up though. He needs to jack up here unless he can go forward and come in, and he has done. So this 6-ball will square the match up at 7 apiece. Oh dear. Oh dear. That was a terrible shot there from him. I don't know why. Was he trying to play for the 7-ball? Did he not realise all he needed to do was roll the 6-ball in? I mean, these are basic errors that a player's making when he's on his money ball. I don't know what he tried to do. He was so far off the 6-ball, it's as if he was playing to get on the 7. And Brainful out has overcooked that big time. Oh, well, the nerves are jangled here. Look at what's happened here. Houdini's got a roll and a half here. Well, if I'm Brainful out, I am amping this up and giving it a blast. Well, mind you, he had the right idea with that, because that's an excellent shot. I mean, it's a bedhead cut. You know, Stubb would be blasting this every day of the week. You know he would. He'd be blasting this for the cut. In fact, Houdini's actually overcut it. So Brainful out. Well, how many goes are you going to have to get this rack done and dusted? No, what I was thinking and getting, you know, see this headset mic with the inbuilt volume control. These inbuilt volume controls are never good in a headset because this one crackles when you turn the volume up and down. You guys don't hear that, but oh dear, the big stun has caught Brainful out again. Got himself perfect in the 7 and the 8-ball, but I think it's going to cost him now. Although having said that, Houdini's money ball's gone, so Houdini's got to find his way out here. And he's going to be good in the 8. No, I was wanting to get one of those standalone mics, you know, the ones you can actually put in an arm. Because I think they're far better quality. I mean, at the end of the day, the thing is, they come in all sorts of prices. Well, Brainful out had 2 goes at winning that rack, and suddenly we're back to 7 apiece. Let's have a quick look around again, because we've only got these remaining 3 matches. We've got Keith now got himself in front against Preacher. Preacher getting a 7 and out. We've got Chimpy 4-2 up against Spudboy. Spudboy getting the 5-ball. And we've got this final match that we're in. In fact, see, while this is going on, you know what we'll do? Hang on. Let's just Let's just go up here. 24. And have a quick look. This won't take long. We've got Aussie Mick against Viking. What the hell time's that at? That's Saturday. That ain't happening. We've got Interchange X and whenever. That ain't happening. We've got Popman and is that Renegade King? That ain't happening because I'm at work tomorrow. We've got Acero against Mooncake. That's at 8 o'clock. Now that's 8 GMT. That's, remember, when this changes, that's going to be 9 British summertime on Monday. So I won't be there for that because I'm at work on Tuesday. We've got Spudboy against Spectre Dawn next Saturday. I won't be there for any of them. None of them are any good to me for times. And add an hour on to each start time if you're in the UK because they're all GMT at the moment. And their matches all move on an hour come tomorrow morning. So they're all available for Slim or Steve to cover if they're interested in them. But I won't be there for them. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention because you guys won't have heard. Remember that racing game I was talking about? I had been keeping an eye on it for years and years and years. Kartcraft. That's now dead in the water. I think the company that Motorsport Games has taken over a lot of these different racing games, and I think the team that were working on Kartcraft, I think, were told to go and work on. What was the other racing game, which is also it was the not the Formula, it's the American version of Formula One. What do you call it again? If Larry's there, he'll know. The sort of American version of Formula One. They use the same. They look the same type of cars. Well, that game was in development for quite a while, but it's also died a death. And that poor Kartcraft game, which never had proper multiplayer in it, is now no longer happening. I've never been so disappointed in hearing that. Aye, IndyCar. Yeah, that IndyCar game's dead in the water as well. And I think that Motorsports Games company, I think they're a lot to blame for it. Because that Kartcraft game was the best kart racing game that I've ever tried. And it's not going to happen. And I've been keeping an eye on it since day one, since I first heard about it, and that's a lot of years that's been in the pipeline, that game. And it never ever got to its full development, which is unfortunate. It's a bit sad, all the time and effort they put in to designing a very good kart racing game. And that's it, gone to pieces. The servers will be down. I think some of the guys, I was reading a post on the discussions on Steam, and one of the guys I posted a link that Keith was reading on Facebook. Keith read it. I posted a link to that discussion about it, and that motorsports team, I think, are involved in it. It's a bit sad. I was looking now. The only thing I've got to look forward to now is Gran Turismo 7 coming to the PC, and if it does, then I'll be back into the kart racing big time. Oh, it'll be a while before you'll see GTA 6. At least another 2 years, I would imagine, before you see that. Meanwhile, we've got Houdini on the hill here against Brave Fallout. And Houdini getting a lucky roll. Now, quick update. If we can get to the matches. We've got Chimpy still 5-2 up. We've got Keith now 4 apiece with Preacher. So, 4-2 to the Gamblers. If Houdini can win this match here, it'll be 4-3, and then it'll be nail-biting time, but Chimpy's looking the favourite. He might have the winning result here at the moment. It's hard to say, but that could be the way it's going to pan out. Will I be playing it? Grand Theft Auto 6? Oh, I'll be getting that. I've had every Grand Theft. In fact, I probably had Grand Theft Auto when you were still in your nappies. I had it when it was the original top-down version, and I thought that was brilliant. when Gran Turismo, I keep mixing Gran Turismo and Grand Theft Auto. When it first came out, remember it was top-down. I thought it was a great game when it was like that. Yeah, I've had every single one of them. The only thing I don't like is the online stuff. The online stuff's hopeless. I mean, I'm just, you're dead and buried within 5 seconds. But this Grand Theft Auto 6 will be an epic game. Grand Theft Auto 5 was brilliant. The only thing that I was disappointed in was that they never had the prostitutes in Grand Theft Auto 5. I liked that. They had that in Grand Theft Auto 4. You could go and pick up a prostitute. I mean, you could go and get the lap dance and stuff, but that was no good. Yeah, I was in and out of the strip club morning, noon and night. I mean, I'm sure I was going blind in one eye, going there that often. But I prefer the prostitutes. Yeah, but they didn't have prostitutes in Grand Theft Auto 5. I hunted up and down every bloody street on that map, could never find one. But Grand Theft Auto 4 had them. They offered you 3 different. No, they don't. Or maybe they do now. Yeah, they didn't have it in the normal game. It still won't make me play online in Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto 4, they offered you 3 different services, remember? I think it was a hand job, a blow job, and then the full booner. Right, well, are we going to get a result here? Is Brain Fallout going to take this all the way? Well, he won't have a better chance in this. Oh, they've introduced that then, because it was never in Grand Theft Auto 5. I was also disappointed they never had the pool hall in Grand Theft Auto 5. They had it in Grand Theft Auto 4. You could go for a game of pool, couldn't you? Mind you, Grand Theft Auto 5, you could go and play golf in it, if I remember. Well, Brain Fallout is going to take it all the way. Well, I think this will be the decider, because looking at Chimpy, he's now 5-3 up. Spud Boy's digging deep again. He's still 5. And in fact, that's just gone 5 apiece, that tie. So this is the one that's going to decide it. If Houdini gets out, the overall tie is still alive. If Brain Fallout gets it, the gamblers have won. Well, Brain Fallout, the 2 balls gone in the break, no shot in the 1. I'm looking for the push out. I'd have been more inclined to play the cue ball up there and leave us at a half ball edge on that 1 ball. I would have been happier up here than I would be there. I don't like that as a push out, because the bank's on for a start, and that's going to double bank as well. And that's why you've got to watch where the push out's played. I'd have been more inclined to leave the half ball 1 ball from down there. That's where I'd have went with that push out. Well, Houdini has played the stun. He's played it pretty well. Now all he has to do is make sure he can see the 5. Because if he sees the 5, he just dinks it in and out for the 6 into this bottom left. And that is all going according to plan. So again, all he should be doing is rolling this in and let it roll out. No acrobatics. He's stuck to the rail anyway, so there's nothing he can do other than just roll this out. Well, Houdini, with a fairly straightforward 6 ball to keep this match alive, the overall tie that is. And in it goes. So Houdini, with a great escape, has given the Team Philippines a vital point to stay alive. And it's now 4-3 to the Gamblers. So now it's down to, well, by the look of it, it's down to Chimpy and Spudboy. Because it's still 5. It's now 5-4. Spudboy's back to within 1. It is 5 apiece in the top match. Well, I don't know what to do here. I think we're going to get into the top match. And it's now 6-5 to Keith for the Team Philippines. So it might be on Keith's shoulders to take this overall tie to the final match. Well, he's got the 5 ball in the break. And not a gimme on the 1 ball. That was not an easy shot either. Not at all easy. How's his luck though? Might not be too bad. Well, Keith's now got ball in hand. No ball's got to a rail. Now, what's he going to do here? Is he going to go for the 3 fouls? No. What's he got? Yeah, this is awkward where this 1 ball's actually sitting. But he's got the 1 ball around the table and he obviously doesn't want to pot it. And that's pretty good. Although I think there is a line to get there, but I think you need to put a bit of right English on this. I think if you go that way, with a bit of right on it, you might be able to. Oh, he's actually he's filled the 4. He's filled the 4 ball. I think he could get it from the left side with right English, and he would probably maybe hit the second rail and kick that ball if he'd went that way. But Keith's got the result he wanted. And with ball in hand, well, 2 and the 3 and the 4 ball shouldn't be a problem. Well, he's checked that to come back the other way. Now he's got to have the right angle in this 4, so he's dropping down in the 6 ball. I mean, it's not just about potting the ball. See, now he's gone in no man's land. Now it's suddenly become very difficult. Yes, he can cut the 4, but yes, he's probably going to bump the 7. No idea now. He's going for the bank. That ain't going. Is he going to get second prize? Oh, he is. He is. He is. He is. But he's now hooked. No, he isn't. He's got the edge. He's got the edge to 4. Oh, what a jam he get. He's jammier than Larry, and that's saying a lot. Well, this is a bit straight, so again, take your medicine. You just drop this in dead weight and a little roll into the side. Yeah, well, he stunned it, but he's just slightly the wrong side over it. He should be fine. Just a dead weight roll, he's fine. He's on the 9. So Keith's now got himself a little bit of breathing space. With a 7-5 lead, quick update the other matches. Spud Boy still trailing by 1. The tie, the overall tie, anything can happen yet. That 6 ball's gone very ugly to the rail. It's not frozen, but you just don't want to have the ball there like that. Well, that's bumped the 6 ball away from the rail. But what it has done is, it's left Keith in with a shot here. Although he's going to have to probably brush off that 6 just to come out for the 2. In fact, he can avoid it, he was straight enough. And he's on the 2. Now, here's a nice little test. Does he leave himself the surefire cut in the 3 by staying in the middle of the table? I don't believe it would be worthwhile trying to get up right behind the 3. So he's definitely got the cut. Well, this looks a good pace as long as the line stays right. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Good angle. He'll just probably nip this in. Just a little nip. And hold the cue ball. So this should be the 7 into the left side pocket. And everything else should just fall into place. So Keith looking as if he's going to be getting to the hill to keep the Team Philippines alive. In fact, that's a good point. I take it there's no sign of Paul here tonight. He'll be in his bed because I haven't seen him in the chat. Oh, aye, we got dug out a hole there, Bill. I don't know whether you were busy working, but my goodness me, Jammy Larry got us over the line. And this tie here isn't resolved yet either. Anything can happen in this. There's still 2 matches left. We've got Team Philippines on 3, the Gamblers on 4. Chimpy is now 5 apiece with Spudboy. Could it be Spudboy going to take them over the line? You never know, because Keith is on the brink here, 8-5 up. Although Preacher at the table. And hooked on the 2. And this table is there for the running. So Keith's going to have ball in hand. Oh, that little nudge there might have caused a problem though. It certainly has done. That 4 ball was fine where it was until it got bumped. And there's a problem. And the big problem, of course, is that Keith's got to break that 4 and 6 here now, because he's bound to still have a shot in the 3. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to get a bump just to knock out the 4, or at least free it away from the 6, and still be able to play that 3 up top. Oh, he's missed the 4, would you believe it? Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's a terrible shot, Keith, with ball in hand. I mean, that's a huge target. Even if he had split between the 6 and the 4 and come out there, he still had a shot in the 3. But to miss it altogether is a big no-no with ball in hand. So the troubles have just multiplied there with that shot. And now he's trying acrobatics to get anywhere near the 4. And of course, that was never going to happen. And it definitely doesn't cut. As he got cover. Not quite, but it's good enough in terms of not potting it. And I don't know that Keith can get that to cut it. But I think there's enough room past the 6 for the bank. No, maybe not. No, probably not. But that's a surefire thing that if you can do that, I think that was a bit ambitious thinking that would go past the 6. No, it won't. But he's got the cover, and now he won't be in a better position now to win the match. Ball in hand, 4, drop down for the 5, out into the table for the 6. You want the angle in the 7, so you're cutting 7 in and bringing the cue ball back out into the table for the 8 into the top left. So that is how it looks on a blueprint, and that's how it should be for Keith. Must have that angle to go to the rail and come out for the 8. And if he's inside the 7, that'll work. Let's have a look. He might be a bit straight. Yeah, he doesn't want to try and pinch too much with this because this could go funny. It's got the left spin on it though, and well, even I'm getting out here. I mean, you go forward straight to the short rail. You can play it dead weight. You can stun it and hold it. You can do whatever you want. So this is going to keep Team Philippines alive, and another great win for Keith. 9 racks to 5 against Preacher. And so now, suddenly, it's all up to Spud Boy. And I think this is suddenly taking a drastic turn. Because it was 5 apiece. And suddenly Chimpy's on the hill. I don't know what's happened there. But Spud Boy has got a 1 ball that's nailed to the rail. The 5 ball's right over the pocket. Oops, wrong button. Oh, that 1 ball's going to come into play. Well, if only he'd hit that harder, it would have maybe caught an edge of that 5 ball there. So Chimpy now to win the match and the overall tie for this evening for the Gamblers. Got to get out of there. It looks easy enough, but it's a big draw, and he's controlled it well, avoiding the scratch. So there are a number of matches scheduled on the 9-ball Virtual World Championship. None of them I can get. I'll be in bed for most of them. So keep your eye out in case Steve or Slim are around. They may well have a live stream up and running at some point. I don't know. Well, it all looks to be all over and done now for tonight. So it's this started at what, 5 o'clock? That's 2 hours it's been tonight, isn't it? Because it's now or what is it? No, 3 hours. Aye, 3 hours because it's my watch is still at GMT. So a good win for Chimpy. Spud Boy battled. He was battling there at 5 apiece, and then I don't know what the hell happened. It must have been 3 racks in a row there for Chimpy. Well, 4 anyway, when it was at 5 apiece, and Chimpy's ran out 9-5 at the end. So now that is week 11 all over as far as the league results go, and we can see that the Gamblers and the Tactical Geniuses both dug out wins tonight. They were hit hard with the handicaps. I think we were hit harder in our tie. but the Tactical Geniuses somehow found a way to get out, and there's the way to win it. Those last three results there from Tam, Larry and Matt, that done the business, especially that final rat decider for Matt, and also that jammy fluke by Larry. We remember that one where he was trying to play the safe and then he comes up and bumps the 9 in with the 6, I think it was, or whatever. But we'll take it. So now we need to have a look at the event summary. And we can see the gamblers are still at the top with 9 and 2, 66 wins, 33 losses. Now, if you look there, the Tactical Geniuses are 64 wins and 35 losses. So that the gap is coming down. Wins, the gamblers have 767 racks and 556 against. The Tactical Geniuses 754, so we're a wee bit behind in the racks won, and we're more behind in the racks lost. But there's a percentage point difference, so there is a little gap there still. But these are the two teams that are assured of getting into that playoff. But it was close tonight. It was nail-biting stuff, but well done to my team for hanging in there and digging deep and getting the result. What was I going to do? I was going to do that for one last time. Let's just have an update. This is for anybody who's hanging about with nothing else to do later on tonight. You've got Aussie Mick and Viking. That's at 11 PM British summertime. It'll still be 10 PM GMT. Then there's one at 2 AM in the morning. That's Interchange X and High Guy. I don't know whether he'll show up. I haven't a clue. Because as I said, there's one or two signed up who probably might not show. We're not sure of that. We'll get Popman and Renegade King. That's on Monday morning. I'll be at work for that. You've got Acero and Mooncake. That'll be at Monday at 9 PM British summertime, not 8 PM. It'll be 9 PM on Monday. I won't be there for that because it's too late. I'll be at work Tuesday. And then you've got Spud Boy and Spectre Dawn. And with the greatest will in the world, that should be a bit of a bloodbath. Spud Boy in way over his head against Spectre Dawn, more than likely. And that will be at 9:30 on the Saturday. So again, that is too late for me. I'm at work on Sunday morning. So that is it, folks. It's been a great match tonight. Great matches all around. Well done to Spud Boy for battling there. He kept his team alive for the most part. But obviously, there always has to be a winner one time, one way or another. You can only do your best and dig deep. Well done to my team. They got the result from a position that, let's be honest, I thought we were dead in the water. But it's not over until that number gets to 5. And we managed to scrape through the results in the end. So well done to Tam. And of course, be aware that Bill isn't around for next week. So whether I keep the teams, I don't know whether Matt's available. But certainly, Coldest Pillow. Tam, you should get a rest for next week. Coldest Pillow will be back in. And we'll find out if it's going to be yourself and Larry and Matt again. I'll double check that early on in the week. So that is it, folks. I will say thanks for watching. Well done to the winners tonight. Unlucky to the losers. And I will see you around at some point, whatever that might be, I don't know. Hopefully there'll be more people in for Friday Night 9 Ball next week, because I'm not doing it with numbers way down. I don't think it's worth it. And I'll get Steve to change the time of the tournament to summertime, so he needs to move it forward an hour. So take care. We'll see you later, folks.
Good night, ladies.